graduated in 2012, and my trip into the yoga world began just as a hobby when I was working post-college. I was in marketing and PR for a little bit and then taught elementary school and was teaching yoga at night to just blow some steam off, and then did 2 intensive trainings, my 200-hour and then an 85-hour pre and postnatal training, which is where my focus lies, but I still love teaching traditional Vinyasa. Hi there. Thanks for turning your camera on. Good morning. So we'll go through a pretty standard good morning traditional Vinyasa flow, connecting breath with movement. I'll offer modifications as we go through. I always start classes by saying that if there's anything you would like me to know about your practice specifically, an injury that you're working with or something that you need to tell me, you can use the chat function at any point. And I'll give everyone a minute to do that. Good morning. And yeah, really the intention is that, you know, we leave here feeling a little more relaxed and stretched and ready for the day. And that's all I've got. Does anyone have any initial questions before we get started, either out loud or in the chat? Okay. All right, great. Well, it's wonderful to have all of you, and I'm excited to get started. So my prop suggestions, if you don't have any, that is totally fine. If you do have yoga blocks, that's great. If you have a nice comfy pillow, we'll use that at the end of class for Shavasana, nice extended rest. But really, if you are a seasoned practitioner, you might have these already. And if not, I will not be calling postures that require them, more for just your comfort and assist. Okay, great. And everyone, yes, it looks like they're muted, and feel free to keep your cameras on or off as we practice. It's sometimes fun to just see where people are. That's one thing I didn't mention. I live in Boston, but I'm currently on Cape Cod for the weekend. And yeah, looks like some nice sunny setups there. Okay, great. Are we good to get started, Chris?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right, so let's come to a comfortable seated position on your mat. You can, if you have your block or pillows, get yourself up on that prop to bring your hips a little bit higher than your knee points. Easy cross of the legs and a nice long spine. We'll start to just roll the shoulders up towards the ears and down the back. Taking some deep breaths, not trying to change or manipulate the breath in any way just yet, but noticing the breath. Letting it come in and out. You can start to close the eyes and soften the outer landscape. And feeling any tension, stress, tightness just kind of melt away from the shoulders as you relax them down the back. Good. All right, and then let them settle, really drop them down, exaggerating that motion, and let your left ear start to drop towards your left shoulder, lengthening the right side of your neck. So that nice stretch. And then shift your gaze towards the left, your left armpit or the left point on the floor, and notice how that sensation changes. And then drop your chin down towards your chest, lengthening the back of your neck. Make that spine nice and long. Feel your tailbone connecting into your prop or the floor. Good. And then let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder. Lengthen the left side of your neck. Good. And then shift your gaze either towards right armpit, right point on the floor. Maybe you hear a little crack or release. Good. And then come back to center. Drop your chin towards your throat. Nice long back of the neck. Now let's take a nice big full circle with the head, just opening up the throat and letting it be really, really heavy as you roll in one direction and then the other, switching and taking it as fast or as slow as you need to go. And that is really the message throughout class, listening to your body. I will offer guides and suggestions, but really of honoring that teacher within, what feels good for you, not pushing too far, working towards that balance between challenge and ease. Great, and we'll come back to center. Gaze towards center, blink the eyes open if they were closed, sit up nice and tall, stretch the arms up towards the sky as you take a full breath in, growing tall through your side ribs, and then draw your palms into heart center as you exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Lift the arms up, breathe in, palms connected, heart, breathe out. Good, last one, lift up, grow nice and tall, stretch, 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 inhale, palms to heart, exhale. Good. And then rub your palms together, create a little bit of heat with the hands. Then you can place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, feel that connection of your palms to your body. And we'll come into some rhythmic breathing, circular breathing, in through the nose and out through the mouth, just a few rounds to center. If you prefer an intention or a mantra or just kind of a thought, something or someone you'd like to flow for this morning, I invite you to call that in now. Let's take 3 powerful rounds of breath. The inhale, feeling your lungs expand, your back body open. Audible exhale, sigh out through the mouth. And take another full breath in, fill up. And exhale, sigh out. Good, last one, inhale, deep, deep breath in. And exhale, deep breath out. Good, release your palms away from your body. Let your right fingertips tense on the right side. Keep your left arm up into the sky as you inhale. Exhale, gentle bend over to the right. So your left hip is anchoring down in space. You're rolling that left shoulder back and feeling your side waist, your side body just open like a window that's been closed tight. Breathe fresh breath in and sigh it out. Good. Come back up to center and switch left fingertips tent down, right arm sweeps up on an inhale. Bend over to the left as you exhale. Bring attention to that right hip. Bringing it down, right shoulder moves back, your rib cage kind of actively moving away from your pelvis. Full fresh breath in. And exhale, sigh out. Okay, come back up to center. Now lace your fingertips right at your sternum. Let your elbows be soft. Invert your palms out in front of you, stretching the length of the arms, the forearms, the wrists. And then maybe you bring a little side to side action here, belly button staying center. Kind of stretch that out. Good. Really good to work the wrists before kind of wrist bearing postures like downward facing dog and tabletop. We'll come back to center, and then as you release, just give your wrist a really good shake. Yeah, let that go, especially if you're on a computer, typing, at a desk, texting, all those things that shorten these muscles. Draw your fingertips now to interlace at your low back. Point your knuckles down towards your tailbone and puff your chest open as you take a full breath in. As you exhale, tip your chin towards your chest and lift your palms up and away any amount from the middle of your back. And they might not lift it all today, that is okay. Any amount to feel that stretch, the shoulder blades walking in towards one another. And then maybe there's a little side to side action here as well, deepening the stretch. Good. All right, let the palms fall back towards your tailbone, gaze lift up towards center, release the fingertips and shake out the wrists, the arm, left little flap. Good, and we'll take one more little neck and shoulder stretch. So sweep the arms up on a breath in. Exhale and stay. Keep fingertips extended towards the sky. We'll take eagle arms. So you're going to wrap your right arm under your left, Garudasana. This is one variation. You can also grab opposite shoulder blades if this feels restricted. So your right arm is wrapping under left, and then your palms are either connecting or coming to the back of each other. Yeah, or grab opposite shoulders. Okay, and then wherever you are, either variation, we're going to lift the elbows up towards the sky. Your gaze lifts as you breathe in. As you exhale, tuck your elbows in towards your chest and tuck your chin. Spine stays nice and long. Inhale, lift up towards the sky. As you exhale, tuck in, rounding the upper back. Good, one more time. Lift up, breathe in. Good, and then exhale, round down, tuck in. Yeah, come back up to center, release the arms, shake that out as they fall away. Good. And then we'll start on, or take the other side. So lift the arms up towards the sky, breathe in. Exhale, stay. Left arm now wraps under right for eagle arms, connecting palms, backs of palms, or grabbing opposite shoulder blades. All right, here we go. Stretching the thoracic spine. Lift elbows up, palms towards the sky. Breathe in. Tuck into your chest. Round the upper back. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Look up. Tuck in as you exhale. Full powerful breath. Last one. Breathe in. Look up. Good. And then round as you exhale. Good. Come back up to center, release the arms, shake it out along the way. Good. And then we'll come up off of the prop or your cross-legged seat and move on to all fours. For tabletop, we'll work the spine and take some cat-cows here. So finding that nice alignment to start, stacking the shoulders over the elbows over your wrists, the hips come over the knees. And this can be a nice place for blocks if you feel like there's a lot of pressure coming down. You could put your blocks on a low height and simply press your palms into the blocks as well. Okay, so spread your fingertips nice and wide, even weight through both palms. On a breath in, we'll curl the toes and open the chest and heart as you look forward, flexing the spine, breathe in. As you exhale, flatten the feet and round, belly draws towards your back. Dropping the head. 2 more like that. Curl the toes, open chest and heart. Inhale. Good. Flatten feet. Exhale and round. Beautiful. Last time. Curl the toes, open. Good. And then exhale to round. Drop the head. Beautiful. Come back to center. If those cat-cows were feeling good for you, continue. Maybe you take some other movement. This next little bit is a few rounds of breath, listening to your body and moving in a way that is going to feel like a really kind choice for it this morning. So just free-flowing your breath, your movement, anything goes. Maybe you press forward and back. The child's pose, maybe you continue with cat-cows or swaying out the hips, stretching the neck. 2 more rounds of breath. Deep inhale, deep exhale, warming up the body, breath in and breath out. Okay, and then we'll meet all back in center and start to engage the core and turn on these deep core muscles a little bit. So extend your right leg long behind you and dig your ball of the foot into the ground. 5 toes connect in, and then start to drive through your heel to release your calf muscle. So it might be a little forward rocking and back. This again is a nice place for blocks. You could drop your forearms onto them and take any pressure out of the wrist here. Just interlace your fingertips. And this should feel like a nice stretch. If there's any pinching or like extreme discomfort, then backing it off a little bit. And the breath continues. Good. Right, and then we'll meet back at center. If you were rocking, engage the core by drawing your belly in towards your back, like really flexing those muscles, turning them on. Actively lift your right leg up off the ground, dial your right toes down. That's so your heels in line with your hips, squeezing through your right glute, and then point your toes, relax your ankle and calf, and we'll start to pulse the legs for 5, mini pulses, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the leg lifted, draw your knee in towards your face as you round the spine on an inhale. Extend out and exhale. 2 more like that. Knee to face, breathe in. Extend and breathe out. Last one, knee to face, inhale. Extend, exhale. Drop the right knee down to meet the left, sway out the hips. Roll out the neck, reset. And we find child's pose. Bring your knees wide to the edges of the mat, sit back onto the heels, and extend your arms forward as you drop your forehead to a block or your mat. And then just taking this moment to catch the breath, massaging out that space between your eyebrows, your third eye center, the place where sometimes we unknowingly hold tension through our expression. Can you bring some softness to that place? Letting the muscles in the face relax, the jaw unclenched, and releasing. Wiggle it left and right. And take a full breath in. Feel the breath fill your entire body. And exhale, sigh it out. Okay, staying in child's pose. Walk your fingertips over to the right-hand side of your mat. Your left hip stays anchored down. Stretching through your left side body. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Crawl fingertips back to center and then over to the left. Maybe your right palm stacks on top of left. Right hip anchors down. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. Crawl fingertips back to center. Press into the mat to press yourself up through to tabletop. Knees come in. Maybe a little sway of the hips. Just reset. And we'll take that sequence on the opposite side. So firmly pressing into the mat. The left leg extends long. Press your 5 toes in like you're plugging into a socket. And then drive through that heel. Stretching the calf, send breath to any tight places, places that feel restricted, require more softness, more breath. When we come into that active breath, we can come out of the racing mind, the thoughts. Breath and body. Okay. If you are rocking, come back to center. Feel that core turn on, engaging belly to back. Lift your left leg up off the ground. Dial the left toes down. Squeeze through your left glute. And then point the toes. Relax ankle and calf. It's still active. Let's pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the leg lifted 3 times. Draw your knee in towards your face as you inhale. Extend out and exhale. 2 more. Knee draws in. Breathe in. Extend and breathe out. Last time, knee to face. Inhale. Extend, exhale. Drop left knee down to meet right. Sway out the hips. Roll out the neck. Downward facing dog. Curl the toes and lift your tailbone high to the sky. If down dog is not what you're feeling this morning, you can always modify and stay in tabletop. If you are in down dog, take your dog for a walk, pedal out the feet. Spread fingertips nice and wide as you draw your shoulder blades down and away from your ears to create a nice long spine. And the neck is releasing. There isn't like a cranking forward. There is a full dropping of the crown towards your mat so that your gaze is between the legs. And then on a breath in, we'll come to a still point and inhale high to the balls of the feet. As you exhale, drop your heels over to the right side of your mat. Keep the hands exactly where they are. Inhale, high to center, balls at the feet. Drop left, heels left as you exhale. Good, come back to center, inhale high. As you exhale, drop heels towards the ground. Your knees can be bent as much as they need. Take a full breath in through your nose, sigh out through your mouth. Walk, hop, or float up to your hands and split the feet hips width distance for ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, grab back of the neck, and if any arm variation here that lets you feel really relaxed as you drape towards the ground. Maybe so much so that your torso is starting to connect with the tops of the thighs. The knees are bent as much as they need to be. Let the head and neck go. Maybe you invite a little movement in side to side. Releasing any stuck energy, stale breath, let it go. You imagine something that isn't serving just dripping off of your shoulders, your neck. Take a full breath in, sigh it out. Release any grip you've taken to heel the feet in towards touch and rise all the way up to stand. You can drag your fingertips the length of the leg, rounding the spine as you roll up to the top, and shoulder blades rock back at the top. And then palms face out for Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring attention down to your feet. See that you can give your toes a little wiggle, right? And on a breath in, we'll flex the toes, flexing the arches, toes pointing towards the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, press 10 toes down. Good, 2 more times. Lift 10 toes up, breathe in. Exhale and connect down. Last time, inhale, lift, flex. And exhale, press in. Beautiful. Sweep your arms up towards the sky. Full inhale. Fold all the way down through heart center as you exhale. This is our traditional Sun A and Sun B flow. Flat back, bring your palms to your shins as you create a nice long spine. So your shoulder blades are working back, your crown is forward, like you're in the shape of the number 7. And this is our in breath. As you exhale, fold down back to the ground. 2 more like that. Flat back, palms to shins, long spine, breathe in. Fold down and empty. Flat back, lengthen the spine, inhale. Fold and exhale. Plant the hands down and step back to a high plank position. Modify, drop down to the knees, always an option. In your high plank, rock a little forward and back on the balls of the feet as you draw your core in, your belly towards your back. As you rock forward the next time, squeeze your elbows in towards your rib cage. We're lowering down halfway, or you're on knees. Yep. And then we come to upward facing dog, tops of the feet. Collarbones, heart offering forward, breath in. Downward facing dog, curl the toes and lift the tailbone high as you exhale. Pedal out the feet, shake out the head. Take 3 rounds of breath here, and then we'll flow that through, connecting breath to movement, one fluid motion. Inhale through the nose, sigh out, full breath in, full breath out. Last deep inhale and exhale. Walk, hop, or float to the hands. Flat back, lengthen the spine. Breathe in, fold and empty. Rise all the way up to the sky. Palms reach up. This is upward salute. Breathe in. Palms fold down through heart center as you exhale. Beautiful. Flat back, lengthen the spine. Inhale. Fold and empty. Plant the hands, step back to high plank or to knees. Rocking forward, high to low push-up, comes into upward facing dog. Full breath in, Downward facing dog, sigh out. Inhale through the nose, sigh out through the mouth. One more time, we'll take that through. Walk, hop, or float to a flat back. Lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Root to rise all the way up to the sky with energy. Inhale. Fold down as you exhale. Flat back, breathe in. Fold, empty. Plant the hands. High to low push-up, your version. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, hips high as you breathe out. Really nice, full breath in. Let it go. Warrior one, step your right foot through up towards your hands and spin your left heel down as you reach your arms up towards the sky. So your left toes are on an angle, the hips are squaring, your right knee is stacking over your right ankle. Yeah, and the arms are extended towards the sky. The tailbone is dropping. Good. And we'll move this warrior one, inhaling here. As you exhale, goalpost the arms and straighten the front leg out. We'll take that 2 more times. Warrior one, breathe in. Goalpost and straighten, breathe out. Beautiful. Last one. Warrior one, inhale. Goalpost, straighten, exhale. Come back to warrior one. Breathe in through the nose. Warrior two as you breathe out. So we're coming to the long edge of the mat, turning right toes forward, pressing through the outer edge of your left foot. Arms extended, shoulders dropping, excuse me. Right side moving back in space. Hips are square. And there's steady breath. Yes. And you feel that opposition, like you're being pulled by magnets in opposite directions. Really getting a nice arm stretch here. All right, take a full breath in. Full breath out. Lift your front palm, reverse your warrior. Keep your legs or your feet planted and bring that left arm back so you can breathe into your right side body. Inhale. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down and we flow through that high to low push-up, our vinyasa, upward facing dog. Breathe in, downward facing dog. Breathe out. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Warrior one, left foot steps through. Spin your right heel down and rise up. With energy, find that root energy through the soles of the feet, anchoring you down. Good. Square the hips. You can give yourself a little self-assist here. Stack left knee over left ankle. Let the arms float up. Breathe in. Goalpost and straighten as you exhale. With shoulder blades walking in. Warrior one, breath in. Pull back, exhale. Good. Last one. Inhale, warrior one. Pull back as you breathe out. Come back to warrior one. Full inhale. Warrior two, spread out. Spin your right heel down. Now your left thigh is moving back in space and you're bending into that left knee. Let the shoulders relax. Release any tension from your face. Loosen your jaw. Good. And we hold here for a few rounds of breath, just feeling the ground beneath you. That strength, that stability from the ground up. When that urge comes in, that want to move, to get out of this shape, can be when the yoga starts. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Lift the front palm, reverse warrior, send your left arm back, breathe into left side body. And then ride your exhale down, that momentum to the ground, high to low push-up. You can always skip it. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. We'll add on one more piece to our sun B, walk, hop, or float to a flat back, lengthen, fold and empty. Chair pose, bend the knees to reach up as you sit down into an invisible chair. So options here, if your shoulders are tight, you can always go post the arms and take a little pressure off there. Otherwise, wrapping the inner thighs in and sitting weight back into the heels, more so than rocking it forward. Can you sit back, sit low? And your thighs might be talking, that's good, right? Draw your fingertips behind your low back, point your knuckles down like we did at the beginning. Offer your chest forward as you breathe in. Straighten the legs any amount as you fold and keeping that arm bind, letting the head drop. Little sway side to side. Releasing tension from the neck, the face, the shoulders. Good. Release the clasp, flat back, lengthen the spine. Inhale, fold, exhale, plant the hands, high to low push-up, your version. Squeezing elbows in, upward facing dog, breathe in. Curl the toes, hips high, down dog, breathe out. Full inhale, full exhale. We'll run through our sun B once more, linking breath to movement. So the pace will be a bit quicker, but you continue to flow with your breath. Listen to your body. Warrior one, step your right foot through as you rise up on an inhale. Warrior two, as you exhale, open up. Lift the front palm, reverse warrior. Breathe in. Ride your exhale down, high to low. Upward facing dog, breath in. Down dog, sigh out. Warrior one, step left foot through. Inhale as you rise up. Warrior two, breathe out. Lift the front palm, reverse warrior. Inhale. Ride, exhale down. High to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Child's pose. Drop your knees down wide. Big toes come into touch. Sit back. Drop your forehead. Extend the arms forward. And again, massage the forehead left and right. Catch the breath. If the breath has become shallow at all, can you come back to that circular inhale, circular exhale, through the nose, out through the mouth. Take another moment for your breath, your body, noticing what has shifted, what has been released, maybe what has been gained since your last child's pose. And then as you are ready, make your way back up through to tabletop, stacking the joints, shoulders over, elbows over wrists. We'll thread the needle, so nice shoulder and back stretch. Keep your left palm planted down. Right arm sweeps up to the right side of the room on an inhale. As you exhale, thread that arm under the left, so your right cheek, right temple is going to come down to rest on the ground. As you extend that left arm forward and breathe into the space behind your right shoulder blade. The knees can come as wide as they need to be. The hips stay high. Full breath in. Full breath out. Use your left palm to press yourself back up and extend the right arm high to even off that side. Good. And right palm comes down. Sway out the hips, reset. Good. And then right palm plants down, left arm sweeps up. Inhale. Thread the needle as you exhale. Left comes under right. Right fingertips curl forward. Breathe into that space and notice, right, without any judgment, without over analysis, just a noticing, is this side different? Is it responding, receiving differently? body is not entirely symmetrical, so might be more openness or it might be more closed, just a noticing and awareness. Right palm presses into the ground, extend your left arm up to even it off, and then bring that palm back down. Sway out the hips, maybe you take a cat-cow here. Reset. We'll take a little more standing flow into balancing and then come down for our final rest. Downward facing dog, curl the toes and lift the tailbone high. Pedal out the feet, shake out the head. Full breath in, full breath out. High crescent lunge, step your right foot through. So unlike warrior one, where now all 10 toes are facing forward and you're high to the ball of your left foot, you can invite a soft bend into that back knee. The arms reach up towards the sky. If you feel any type of pulling here or discomfort, you can always walk this back foot in and shorten your stance. Arms reach up, and then draw your palms into your heart center. Feel your thumbs connect at your sternum. Take a big breath in to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, hinge the hips forward. You're going to cross your left elbow outside of your right knee for a twist. I'll turn towards the front of the camera. Woo. So your palms are pressing in towards your heart. And options here, you can certainly drop this back knee to take the balance out of it. You can keep it extended for more challenge. And then maybe you stay here or expand your arms open like wings and open up the shape. Twisting, rinsing out anything that's stuck. Take a full breath in. Exhale, draw back up to center, high crescent lunge. Good, and then open up to warrior two. Thread out, take up room along the long edge of your mat. Right. And then we'll straighten the front leg on track and turn the right toes to face front. Drop your palms down by your sides, and then you can walk this in a little bit, bringing your palms to your waist or to your low back, and just take some nice hip circles here. And roll this out. One direction and then the other. Okay. And then come back to center and take a wide-legged forward fold. So taking any arm bind of your choice, you could grab opposite elbows, interlace fingertips to do namaste or reverse namaste behind the back. Take a deep breath in wherever you are. As you exhale, hinge at the hip crease to fold yourself forward, keeping that arm bind as long as it serves. Right, and we're rocking, more weight onto the balls of the feet. The tendency is to sit weight back. Can you bring it more forward? Right, and then release any bind you've taken and bring the palms directly underneath the shoulder blades. Extend the arms to create a flat back, lengthening the spine. Right. And then as you exhale, fold down, softening the elbows, dropping the head. Maybe you invite movement into your forward fold, bending into one knee and then the other. Another option could be to crawl fingertips to one side and then the other. So free flowing with your breath, your body, your movement. What is calling to you in this moment? What will feel good? What will set this body up for the rest of the morning, the day, the week ahead? Once you've evened off both sides, if you brought that movement in, we'll come back to center, extending the arms long once more, flat back. Bring your palms to your waist to draw yourself up to stand. The crown is the last thing to come up. Yeah, really nice. Good. And then let's toe heel the feet, closer in to touch. Let the palms face down for Tadasana, mountain pose. And we'll take a balancing posture here to both sides before coming into that on the other side. So just take a moment to catch the breath here. Let the shoulders relax. Inhale through the nose. Sigh out out through the mouth. Let's take tree pose. So the left sole of the foot will root down to the ground. And you'll pick up your right and place it anywhere on the standing leg, just avoiding your knee joint. Right? It can even kickstand on the ground because you'll still get that nice opening. And then the palms connect at heart or immediately extend into a wide V, your branches reaching towards the sky. That key to balancing, just focusing on your unmoving point, that drishti out in front of you. Maybe some wind starts to blow through, your branches sway. You feel that stability. If you wobble, if you fall, give yourself grace to come back in. No pressure. Practice can help to release that pressure, the inevitable pressure we put on ourselves. I must do, think, act, perform. You release that. Be unafraid to fall. Draw your palms back into heart center. Take a full, big breath in. The end of your exhale, release your tree, let the shape go. Shift weight back into both feet. Way out the hips. Nice big circles. Okay. And then we'll come back into it on the opposite side. Right sole of the foot, your anchor down. Pick up your left and place it. Maybe it lands differently on this side. Very well. It's all welcome. No judgment. Connect at heart or extend up. That breeze might blow in. Maybe it's a storm. It's something greater, something stronger. What is your response? Our responses, our reactions are the only thing that we can control. Full breath in. At the end of your exhale, let the shape go. Release that tree. Shake it out, palms to waist or low back, roll out the hips. And then we'll turn back towards the front edge of the mat. Take that sequence all to the opposite side. Sweep arms up towards the sky. Full inhale. Palms through heart center as you fold down. Exhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Fold, empty. Plant the hands. Step back, high to low push-up. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. High crescent lunge, step your left foot through. High to the ball of the right foot, arms sweep up towards the sky. Good. Right, and you can invite that soft bend into the back knee. Adjust your stance as needed. And then draw your palms into heart center. Thumbs connect at the sternum. Palms press in. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, hinge and twist. Right elbow now outside of left knee. And your palms draw in towards your heart space so you can deepen that twist. If you need to drop the knee, go for it. Always an option. And then maybe you stay here or open up the shape. You could bring a block in here. If that back leg is extended, just brings the floor up. Beautiful, beautiful shape. Take a full breath in, full breath out. One more deep inhale. Exhale brings you back to center, high crescent lunge. Good, and then warrior two, open up and spin your right heel down. So you're bending into the left knee, let the shoulders relax. Straighten the front leg on track. This time we'll turn heels in towards one another. So versus that wide-legged. So toes are pointing out, heels are in, palms are relaxed, and we're going to bend the knees and sit down into a standing squat variation. And I invite you to only go as deep as it feels okay. You can kind of play with it a little bit. Get some last little bit of leg work in here. So draw your palms into heart center. And we'll move this standing squat with arms and with breath. Inhale. As you exhale, straighten the legs and reach your arms up towards the sky. Inhale, sit back down, yogi squat. Exhale, lift up towards the sky. Good, 3 more. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, squat. Lift up, exhale. Last one, squat down, breathe in. Lift up, breathe out. Okay, 1 more squat, come down. Take a big breath in. Push your arms out like you're crushing invisible walls beside you as you exhale. 2 more like that. Palms to heart, breathe in. Push out what you don't need, exhale. Last one, palms in. Exhale, push out. Keep arms extended, pulse the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, and let your palms drop. Have you turn your toes in to point forward, palms to waist or low back, and release it all. Let it go. And move the opposite direction. Yes. All right. And then we'll turn or walk the feet back in towards one another. Turn towards the front edge of your mat. Last time through our flow, sweep arms up towards the sky. Take breath in. Hold all the way down. As you exhale, flat back. Inhale. Fold, empty. Hands plant. High to low push-up. Or you can skip it. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Listening to your body. Full breath in. Full breath out. Tabletop. Drop your knees down to the earth. Walk them forward now so that you can swing around to come onto your feet. And the legs are going to come out long in front of you. You can give them a nice little shake. Grab water. Whatever you need. As we come down, make our way towards the earth. And then this is a nice little thing to do, just making soft fists with your hands and giving your legs just a tap, tap, tap down the length, taps up the thighs, kind of releasing any little bits. Good. And then sitting up nice and tall, feeling your sit bones, those 2 hard points kind of right in your glutes, anchoring down to the earth. Spine is nice and long, crown is reaching towards the sky, and we'll keep the feet active, flexing the toes towards the ceiling. Sweep your arms up on an inhale. As you exhale, hinge at the hip crease, folding forward. You can bend the knees as much as you need, right? It will change the sensation. And then maybe you take a few passes at that. If you don't have to land the first time, right, you can do it as many times as you need until you find a place where you are folding and finding that good stretch in the hamstrings, and you feel like you can call in some nice, steady, smooth breath. Maybe your palms reach your feet. Maybe they don't even come close. And either way, it is welcome. It is okay. Not working towards a perfect posture by any means. Honoring the place where you land today, in this moment, not yesterday, not tomorrow, what is happening right now. Deepening the breath, starting to kind of smooth out and soften the outer landscape, and really turning inward to this container and space you've created for yourself this morning, your energy, your breath, your movement. Release any grip you've taken. Roll yourself back up to seated. We'll extend the arms parallel to the legs. If you would like a little more action in your core, last little bit, I invite you to gently and really mindfully roll down the length of your mat to feel this in your core. Other option, you can certainly just bring yourself on down. So however you get there, once you're fully on your back, extend your arms long overhead, legs long, like you're just waking up from a very deep sleep. Take a full breath in through your nose. Draw your knees to your chest as you exhale. And then keep the knees in and gently rock and roll side to side, front to back, just massaging out your sacrum, your low back. Especially if there's tension there, can you send more breath to that space? Good. Right. And then let the knees go and let the soles of the feet come down. So your knees are pointing towards the sky. We'll take 2 rounds of bridge, the little final activation of the spine before we settle. So your palms are down to the ground. You can see if you can brush your heels with your fingertips is kind of where they should land. And then on your next inhale, you press into the hands and lift your pelvis, your hips towards the sky. Yeah. And, you know, it might not be like a full extension. Maybe you're working on this lifting action. Wherever you land, breathe fully for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower, upper, middle, lower back meets the ground. Full body stretch, arms long, legs long. Inhale. Knees come into chest as you exhale. Rock and roll side to side. Release the knees, soles of the feet come down. Last round of bridge. I'll give you another arm variation here. So as you lift up, hips, pelvis towards the sky, instead of pressing palms down, you can walk your fingertips and interlace them right underneath your tailbone and see if you get a few more inches of lifting up action. Your shoulder blades are walking in. 5, fullest expression, full breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down your upper, middle, lower back gently meets the ground. Once lower back hits, full body stretch, arms long, legs long. Deep, deep inhale. Knees into chest, exhale. Rock and roll side to side. Good. And then keep your right knee hugging in and extend your left leg long. Kick these blocks out of the way. So right knee is coming in towards your chest. Your left leg is long. We'll take a supine twist. Let this right knee drop over to the left. Extend your right arm out like a T, or you can go post. And then your gaze might follow for low, deeper neck stretch. So this rinses out the low back. It's really nice if you have any low back discomfort or pain. Come back to center, squeeze your right knee in, last time, and then switch. Right leg goes long, left knee comes in, and drape left knee over to the right. Left arm extends out like a T or goalpost, gaze follows. Good, the right foot stays active, pointing towards the sky. Full breath in. And full breath out. Come back to center, squeeze your left knee in. Good, and then extend the left leg long. Whoop. And the palms come down by the side. Walk your shoulders down and away from your ears. Take any final movements. Actually, before we come into Shavasana, let's bend the knees one more time at the midline so your feet come out to mat width and your knees are going to knock in. And then just take a little side to side, like windshield wipers. If that feels okay, you can make it as wide or as short as you need. Just kind of rinse that out. Okay, and then now let's extend into full Shavasana. The legs long, feet flop out. Calm, steady breath. The eyes start to close and deepen. Release the jaw. Actively bring your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Excuse me. And Again, just honor the space that you've created. Send gratitude to yourself for showing up to your mat this morning, your self-care. We'll begin Shavasana with collective breath. A deep inhale through the nose fills up. Audible exhale out through the mouth. Shavasana, enjoy. Begin to deepen the breath, bringing awareness back into your space, wiggling the fingertips, the toes, and then gently and mindfully rolling over onto either side of your mat into a fetal position, feeling in your practice the energy you've created, what you'd like to take with you into the rest of your day, your week ahead. Noticing what has shifted, what has been released, what has been gained. Gently press into the ground to come back up to seated. Easy cross of the legs, nice long spine. And we'll finish as we began the sound of breath, inhaling arms up towards the sky. Take a full deep inhale. Draw your palms into heart center. Exhale. Rub the hands together, create a little bit of heat. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, feeling in all of that energy, what is already within you. And close the eyes, gently bow towards yourself and say thank you. And lift the gaze back up towards center. Bring your palms together, thumb knuckles to your forehead, your third eye center. Centered intuition, light, and infinite wisdom. The light in me honors, sees, and respects the light in each of you. In this community container we've created this morning, it's so wonderful, and I'm honored and humbled. Together with gratitude, we bow to one another and express namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for being here. I am here for a few minutes. I'll take any questions, things that, wonderful. Yes, thank you. You can feel free to chat me or, ask anything or introduce yourselves. I'll be here for a little bit. And thank you for being here. I hope everyone feels a little more relaxed and stretched and energized, ready for the day. It was a pleasure.